Hi there.
Hello. How are you?
Yeah, not bad, not bad.
That's good. Cool. Alrighty. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Good morning. Talk about testing my FOMO. Well, not FOMO. Yesterday. Far out. Never came back. Never came back to the entry. Proceeded to drop another 190 pips. Oh. Oh well. Morning, George. All right, so let's have a look here. All right, so we've got CPI today. So we've got quite a bit of news. Pound GDP just came out, negative. No other news now until CPI. Hi, Deb. And they're expecting inflation to have started to tickle up. And I kind of agree. And it's going to be putting a bit of a strain on. I'm expecting price to push up a bit more.
So this thing uses 5 litres for 100 kilometres.
So I'm thinking it goes up to maybe probably push up a little bit more, but I'm not really expecting price to keep on pushing up too much with oil on the rise. So this is what I was talking about. I don't think I spoke about it yesterday. Definitely spoke about last week about how this rise in oil had been leading to a decline in indices, especially yesterday's run up. We saw the same thing happen. We saw the inverse relationship with the indices just dropping because higher oil prices going to trickle into the inflation, affect everything. All right, so other than that, we don't have any news ahead of, unless whatever is speculation from Deutsche Bank and all these other people going to be saying about what they expect the ECB to be doing. So we'll see, huh? We'll see. So that's tomorrow. So there's going to be a little bit of chatter in the media. Now, you're in this trade already, Maran. Looking, which one? Longs or shorts? Hey, Lock, hey, long. Yeah, me too. I'm trying to see if we can get up to this 690 area. Around there. Hey, Daniel. Okay. TP's 530. Where's 530? Night. Oh, UK 100. Yeah, I was gonna say that doesn't make sense. 530. Asian high. Got it. 7530. Well, if pound continues to drop like it is, we'll see UK 100 go up. But it's looking like more and more that the numbers for pound aren't looking good for the UK. So this whole move got faded out already for pound Aussie. So all the pressures for Bank of England to hold, but we'll see. Alright, so we've got 13 minutes till the open. German 40 going for 689. Yep, that's pretty much where I'm looking for as well, 690. Now let's do top down. So weekly had made the top wick on the Monday, as we expected. Tuesday, I wasn't expecting it to have sold off so much, but it did. Wednesday now has dropped, it sold off quite a bit in the Asian session overnight on, I'm not really sure what it was that really dropped it. Money market's fully priced a quarter point ECB hike by year end. So they're saying it's fully priced in. What dropped it? GDP estimate. There was Bank of Japan news. Yeah, I think it was just oil. It was just mainly oil news. Maybe a little bit of yuan news as well. Chinese yuan. Daily, this is why I'm expecting price to... We already had like a strong rejection from this area last week when it pushed down to here. Monday was the day it created the top wick. Tuesday sold off. Wednesday had leftover orders pushing down. Now we've tapped into this little zone that we've had drawn on here for at least a week now. Hey Manny, how are you? And Adam, how you doing? We've got a few points of interest that have been created. This down here, so we could look for a wick fill potentially later on. We've got 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, 4 hour liquidity candles all down at the bottom of this daily candles wick. We've got two little sensitive areas here and here, these lines between 15,670 and 15,675. There's a lot of like little wick touches, like at the right ends of these wicks, especially mostly on the 4 hour. So it's like a sensitive little zone. Yeah, let me show you 4 hour. So look how many times actual wicks have touched these areas. So get a little black pen for this one. So we've got wicks here, wicks here. Oh, sorry, wicks here, wicks here, wicks here. Closing wick, 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 wick. So quite a nice little zone here. So I'm hoping we can close above it, or at least at a lower time frame, closing above the 675, 15,675, and then I think we can have a straight push up to, all I want is a straight push to here. And that would be that 15,690, which will be pretty much Asian high. At that stage, the daily candle is going to have pretty much recovered all of this move down, reset the day, and then it can probably maybe make a top wick or just push back down again in this candle and close bearish. So I'm expecting, so the daily candle's done this. At some stage, the daily candle had pushed down, and now it's making its way slowly. And I think maybe we can push up and then start to push back down again. Hey, Glenn. Because the daily candle's already done quite a move. So for ahead of the ECB decision, pretty tough for London session to do a 100 pip move from these lows. So they're going to need to pull back a bit. Because otherwise it's going to be, maybe I think it can do this wick fill today. We'll see what kind of chatter comes in. See what kind of chatter comes in after the open. So 4 hour at the moment, it's just making the recovery. Hasn't broken the lower wick, hasn't broken the top wick. 3 hour. You can see this this liquidity candle. This wick is present on all hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, 4 hour candles. And I've just put a line on the midpoint. At the moment, I'm just looking for this candle to like recover some of this big bearish one. Looks something like this side over here. Other than that, I don't really see a whole lot on the 3 hour chart. We've got no wick in New York yesterday. Across here. So 3 hour, no top wick. Was it the 4 hour as well? No, just the 3 hour. Maybe the 2 hour? Nope, just the 3 hour. Okay, and then above Asian high, there is a little bit of like a little imbalance, fair value gap thing, whatever you want to call it. And this zone has been very sensitive lately. This square, this black rectangle that I've got, price likes to be in, like it likes to consolidate around here. So that'd be nice if we can retest this area. At least just retest it here for me. What else? Okay, let's go 1 hour. One hour, potentially the little order block. Last bearish candle before it pushes up. So that could be what price is sort of tapped into. Yeah, I'd like to see what it's going to do at the 70-75 mark. Asian kicked off with a bit of liquidity. Or Tokyo Open. 30 minute, we've got an imbalanced candle, so at least push up to here. Yeah, I think that sounds a sound idea, to be buying up to here. 15 minute. Hey, Ivan. You expect some resistance? Yeah, that's the exact same as me. So I'm expecting there to be problems. Minute. Got to consume this. Yeah. Good morning, Samkel. We've just got to break above this candle as well. Cool. We've got a New York low. New York low. From Tuesday. Yeah, other than that, we're just got to wait it out. So I took an early position. I took an early position when I got to the charts after having seen all of this. Took it here. There. Idea was that we've moved too far down, and then I got a fairly decent target zone around here. Not the best entry, but it was. I wasn't looking at the charts any earlier. Normally I wait, but there's a lot of momentum. I thought. Very good chance that Euro Open's going to be able to extend up. Euro Open being the Frankfurt Open. Early bird catches a worm. Yeah, that's it. The last couple of days have been tough for me to get. Yesterday I was in the car before 7. And I didn't get back to the stream until like I literally walked in the door, started streaming. Okay, so 1 minute 50 seconds, and then we're going to have a little burst of London volume. I hope it just does a breakout. I don't want to take the breakout and add to the position. Hey, Dan, how are you? You can see the handiwork behind me now. I installed those things above on the top. All right. So London can just go and do a straight push up, but be wary of the reaction. I'm worried about this scenario. Prefer just to get. I'd prefer this scenario. Yeah, I'll send you a pic. Done. All right, here we go. Here's the open. Let's go to all charts. Come on, London, just do a straight push up. Straight push up into this candle. Replicate this candle for me. Be able to send you the Zoom link. It's in the Discord, Dave. Let me get it for you. Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, it looks like we're pulling back a bit. This is the scenario I thought was probably going to happen. Yeah. All right, so it's doing the pullback for London. Okay, that's enough for a pullback. Don't want any more than that. Gives people a chance to potentially get in. Took out this imbalance candle that it left behind. Now breaking this high again, you can have a straight push up. Otherwise, you don't want to enter a sell here. You don't want to enter a buy here, because what the candle's doing is it's pushing down. So you need to wait for a clue that this is indeed coming to an end here, and then we're going back up. So if it can push down again and then start breaking its own high again, then that could be a decent sign that it is going back up. So if it made a bottom wick, I sent the Zoom link to you, Dave. Okay, so it's made the bottom wick. Now if it can flip bullish again, like so, start breaking its high, we'll push up a little bit more. Come on, it's got to break its own high. I thought that area is going to be issues. It's not my preferred scenario, which of course it wouldn't be. Of course it wouldn't be. Okay. So be patient. Be patient with it. Don't force anything. Did anyone take sells from that area? The sells are playing out nicely if you did. I couldn't because I had my buy going. I can't counter my buy, but now my buy is dead. I was going for all or nothing on it. So I was looking for that breakout just to take a full win, or I wasn't going to close any partials, nothing. So unfortunately, I didn't survive the open. Came back and hit me for BE. But I think if it's setting up right, I can get a better entry now. So the 15-minute, we do have an area here. So this is a 15-minute support that I neglected to draw out. So let's watch in the 3-minute. I want to take this, my triangle. I want this to be my triangle. I just want to make sure I'm getting in on this side of the triangle, not this side. So I do need to wait for it to slow down a little bit. So on the 30-minute, I might just use this for a 1 minute at the moment. No bottom wick yet. Breaking the high. I might give this a little go soon. But there's no bottom wicks, so I'll probably let this 1 minute close. And then make sure that that's not going to do another run down. Cowboy entry for me would be... Yeah, I might take the euro low before it moves up. So I'm going to wait for this 1 minute to close. Oh, sorry, I'm missing questions. Yeah, Marin. Yeah, we called it. That 675 was going to be an issue. It was. Look at the 30-minute. There's a structure that's been respected on the 30-minute. Oops. What have I done? I added something. Oh, yeah. That area. Price action can now go to 589. 589, geez, that's low. Took out the liquidity from 715 candle. Yeah, I'm still looking for this support to hold. $30 looking scary bearish though. So that 30-minute liquidity candle, can it defeat this as a support? Or we've got, oh, this could be a little anticipation entry in the 3-minute. So the 1 minute to get the low. Three-minute gave you anticipation entry. At this 15-minute zone. So I'm just going to see if it does a little sweep. 5 minutes about to break its previous candle's high. Just going to see if this 5-minute area is going to be held. Last 5 minutes of the 15 indeed. So it'd be nice if this can leave a big long wick. Little gap up. You think it's just a small pullback? Nigel got the shakes. Pushed by. There we go. If we can leave a big tail. Now it's just push and push and push. Looking good. It's looking good. Anticipation entry for the win. Now it could come back and retest this area, but I think with the volume, it might give you another entry if it comes back down to this area. Hold a second. Alrighty. Will it give a re-entry? I mean like a retest again. Sell to buy to sell in London, yeah. Okay, there's a little rejection. Okay, this is a little order block up here. So the support's holding well. It's done this move. Let's see if we can. Okay, 15 minutes is closed. So it's got a lot of momentum in this 15-minute candle. Now this is where it can make the bottom wick of the 15. Hopefully it doesn't do a full wick fill. Do a partial retest of the wick. Yeah, I'm gonna enter. If it pushes down again. The first pre-London position got stopped out for break even. I wasn't gonna let it, like it was like 20-25 pips up nearly. No way I was gonna let that be a loss if London did what I thought it was gonna do. Just looking for a clean entry now. I just wanted to make sure that I'm on that it's looking like it's going up. So 15 minutes, I'm still not trusting this 15 minute has made its bottom wick. Yeah, I didn't take any. I was going for glory. I was going for glory for this Wednesday. I think yesterday's trade result was playing in my mind. How I took 15 pips and then it ran 190. So this time I was looking for a full 40 with the help of London just to push it in the right direction, but London did a pullback. Well, that's all right. Here we go. Yeah, that was the retest. Beauty. Come on. Now we can just push. Let's go. Come on. Don't be silly. Don't be silly. Another problem error, 685. Yeah, but that's pretty much the target. The New York low. That's where I got the New York low. That's 683.9 or so, 685. Left that doge in the 1 minute, did it? Oh yeah, that one there. Yeah. Come on, just push straight up. Just gonna quickly scan across, see what Pound Aussie's doing. Pound Aussie swept the euro low, and now it's push. Okay, this could be very interesting. So it's dropping again. Left the 3 minute doji. Let's taken the low already. Hasn't quite retested the 3 minute candle. That gave that little. So if it's breaking the low of this, that idea is dead. But took the low. It's given a lot of entries. It's given a heck of a lot of entries. Let's just drive. Come on. Don't come back. Here we are. Beautiful. Now we can break the highs and we can just sayonara. Okay, so into confirmation. Anticipation entry. First anticipation entry could have been here. Confirmation entry would have been either somewhere when it's flipping to when it closed. If you were still worried, it did give you a second anticipation entry after this candle had closed as a doji. Well, this one here, to be honest, was a doji. So there was an anticipation entry here, but it didn't close bullish. Then this was an anticipation entry because it broke the low of the previous one as well. And then taking confirmation would have been waiting for it to have flipped to bullish, get it in somewhere here. So it's giving you quite a few entries on this, given that this was your 15-minute zone, 15-minute support that I drew for you from the low to the open of the two bullish candles. So this is your support zone. London gave you the pullback. It gave you, on the 3 minutes, it gave you 1, 2, 3 anticipation entries. Gave you potential and it also gave you confirmation entries. So you should be in buys. It gave you so many chances to take that. Who took those buys? Daniel, you did. Beautiful. Ivan, 30 pips in profit. Yep. Me too.
I took him.
Nigel took him. David took him. Excellent, guys. Excellent. Alan's focused on another chart. That's all right, mate. That's all right. Okay, I just got to switch my camera off. Otherwise, you want to see a pregnant woman behind me. You're in the clear. Go. Go, go, go. What? Oh, you need some help? Okay. I'll be back in a second, guys. Just you keep an eye on German 40. Don't let it pull back on us. I'll be back in a minute. Okay. Yeah, this area is struggling. So I would be... Don't let it come back to your entry if it's failing here again. You should be well in profit. If we can break and close above this bearish candle, I think we can have another run up. Then we can consume this 15-minute chart. Let's just switch over to the 30s. 30-minute. Looking like a healthy candle. Look at that. If it can... We just don't want it to be a negation candle. If this closes bearish. So we've got 6 minutes, 6 minutes 15. Because retesting this 3-minute or 5-minute liquidity candle from London Open, but I think this is just a bit of a sweep. But let's go for the 690. Got the thumbs up. All right. Okay, back. Yes, come on. Holy. Come on, you can do it. Alright, I'll secure just a little bit. I'm not going to let these profits go if it's at 680. We'll bank that. You secured the lot, Nigel. Excellent work. UK 100 was less adrenaline. Yeah, the UK 100 is a bit slower. You done and dusted again. Awesome work, Maron. That's fantastic. Okay, so 40 odd. I secured at 40 pips here. No, yeah, 40. Yeah, 40. So where's my thing? YouTube chat. Oh no, it's YouTube chat. $40 pips anticipation. Secured 75%. Yeah, that sounds like a good option. Come on. TP's at 90. Well, 688.3. Because I've got like the pip 0.9 spread. Done. Job done. Congrats, guys.
Good try.
Yes, sir. It was an excellent exhibition of what we do here.
Now it's going to the moon.
Yeah, it can go wherever it wants. Well, I don't want it to go 190 pips up like yesterday. That pissed me off. Oh, Asian high it's taken. Oh no, not yet. 50 pips, Ivan. Congrats. Hey, actually,
I think it can go even higher if you look at the 3 hours.
oh no, move something. What was it, my monthly level? How did you get unlocked? Monthly level. All right, let's bring a full screen. 3-hour chart. Yeah, I mean, if it has a reaction like it did here, again, we could be right going like the moon up here somewhere. Go on, actually.
Yeah.
What's your input?
Yeah, this was a 3-hour HCS was already formed here. This came for the retest. Now either price can go here. All these are our targets.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So we have an imbalance candle here. We have a doji candle here. So all those are the target.
Mm-hmm.
We can go all the way to the at least till here or here. So because on 3 hours also we have HCS, 2 hours we also have HCS, 1 hour also we have HCS. So 3 confirmation of this. Just a 4 hour we don't have HCS, but 4 hour we have FU candle here.
Mm. Yeah. Makes sense. 50 pips though for me is good enough for the day. Pleased with that. It's going to be a tough area though, this little bit, but I think we can maybe blast through it. But we'll see. But the little... See how it get like this played out nicely, man. Obviously, like this is a bit skewed when I first draw it, because obviously it's not going to take to 11. It could though, but see how like being patient, making sure we're on the right side of the triangle to take the meat of the move. Meat of the move being there. This was the triangle we're anticipating with continuation, but just didn't want to like catch it on this side of the triangle. Want to make sure we're on that side of the triangle, and that's where the entry confirmations come in. Yeah, we do get it wrong sometimes, but waiting, being patient, it sucks when you miss the trade. Oh gosh. But yeah. Main thing, our analysis is spot on with problem area, TP, etc. Regardless of outcome, now only management trade to polish. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Our identified the problem area straight away. The problem area, 670 to 675, if you guys recall, was there was plenty of 4-hour rejection tips of the wicks reacting from this area. So when price gets to it again, London Open is going to do its own manipulation, and it pushed up, broke the high, and came down aggressively, triggering early buyers looking for breakouts. Came down, made them sweat hard, but all it did was give you a better entry. Unfortunately, I didn't survive the first trade. Didn't survive pre-London. That's why I don't like taking those pre-London ones. But I thought maybe I won't get the trade. Thankfully, well, not thankfully that it stopped it out, but it gave a even better entry to then take the move. And now all of this afterwards is, yeah, you know, like it wasn't part of my plan to hold it past here. It wasn't part of it. Probably if I had a bit more of a higher time frame perspective, swing trade perspective, thinking through the issues, ECB has fully priced in. They say that ECB is fully priced in a hike. That's what this is. So if it's fully priced in a hike, then that's afterwards, after it's been fully priced in, that is a tailwind for indices if they've fully priced it in. Whilst the price is in, price goes down. We had the big drop already. Doesn't make sense to continue going down. Sarah running 30 lots on it. Holy. Actually,
I put my big girl pants on this morning.
you did indeed. Far out.
So this was a single candle manipulation again. Price close above. Price came back for the retest. But this is original stop loss will be here after that negation.
Is your 15? Yeah, I had this as the support zone. So support zone on the 15-minute, and then if this is the support zone, looking for lower time frame entries, which gave you the 3-minute. On the 3-minute, gave you the drive down, the doji, then the bullish engulfing candle. Anticipation. Go long.
Mm-hmm.
Give it a like in the stream, guys, if you took that trade. Oh, no. Just give it a like in the stream. I don't want to, like, no, if you didn't take the trade. Even if you didn't take the trade, just everyone give it a like on the stream. That was nice, man. That was a classic, wasn't it? Couldn't have got cleaner. Couldn't have got cleaner. Running that New York. Is it New York 75? Pretty close. I'm gonna have to change these because these lines are too conflicting now. Thank you, Sarah. That was around the 75% of New York. That Nigel's kindly pointed out that is often a reaction area, the 3/4 mark. So I've had a beautiful look. Look at this. Look at this wick, man. 40 pip wick. Come back down to the monthly level. It's also this is that rectangle that's been given problems. This rectangle here. So we burst out the top of it, come back down, and they're sort of sitting at the bottom of it again. So what if this can hold as a natural support? On the 3-minute, it left a little gaps. See these gaps? It burst up with so much velocity that it's come back and taken those, it's refilled those gaps. Got a no wick candle here, man. What that was a pump, wasn't it? There's some serious coin being pushed into that then to make it drive 72 pips in 9 minutes. That was exciting. Gonna have to go get a coffee to calm down a bit. How come our charts are now synchronized, whereas previously was some 50 pips apart? Oh, is it the same price now? Is it? Seems so. Are you looking at yeah. Might have always been the same. Because this is the Pepperstone feed, and I'm using my broker's Pepperstone. I'm not surprised if there's been some changes unannounced on the other one. That doesn't surprise me at all. Cowboy entry. Yeah, that could have been a cowboy. That's a real cowboy entry. Because it's like, look at the range it's gone. Already 110 pips from the low of London to the high of London. It can't keep on going much higher than that without having some sort of pullback. It makes sense. If it's left so many gaps, this is serious imbalance. All of it at some stage, there's got to be some people willing to buy running out. And like, not going to buy that. And there'll be sellers jumping in. Touch the 1 hour liquidity candle. Let's have a look. Oh, yeah, this guy. Yeah. This bad boy right here. Liquidity candle. I didn't mark that out at all. Why didn't I mark that? It's on the 2 hour as well. That's odd that I missed that. See? You make mistakes when you rush things. I didn't even pick this doji this doji as a 1 hour liquidity candle. I missed that. We've got to see like the wick to the left. So you've got the liquidity candle, the high, the open, and the midpoint of that wick. Then to the left of it, you've got a wick rejection here. So this is a little area inside that where it's had another little wick. So there was sellers, price, there's a buy to sell. This liquidity candle means buy to sell. And then when price comes back up to it again, there'll be probably leftover orders around this area. Ideal area, like this is the kind of cowboy entry kind of things you can do. Just take cowboy entry, looking for a bunch of pips, not thinking, like sometimes you get lucky and that's the high of the candle. But if this candle's been here once, it will likely go there again. But that's yeah, pretty spot on right there. Oof, holy. All right, I'm gonna go get a coffee, and then we can see if we can plan another trade. Otherwise, I'm done. So I'll be back. I'll be back in 5 minutes. We deserved it, yeah. It's around that time, 8:40ish. Get a coffee. All right, I'll be back 8:45.
On 5 minute, we already created a template FA from upside. Then afterward, we closed like another doji. And then price broke that doji now. So we will continue pushing downside now. To fill the imbalance candle when the price was pushing to the upside. Also on 1 hour, if you look at here, this was a FU candle, this was a template FU candle. So negation thing happened here. And the next candle again close above that high. So that means we want to continue pushing upside. And this candle, what it did, it just came back to retest that candle one more time to here to again start moving to the upside. we're getting reaction, but ultimately if this candle is closing bullish one somewhere here, then next candle will continue pushing upside to come back into at least this area, or maybe coming back into this area. But if this candle is not closing bullish one, then we may again start pushing to the downside again. This is just creating HCS from upside then.
For interest, what time did the London open?
Hey, buddy, whereabouts are you in Australia?
Brisbane.
Brisbane. Okay, 5 p.m.
So it's been open for 44 minutes.
Correct.
Okay. Same time as the German?
Nah, Frankfurt opens an hour earlier. So 4 p.m.
So it opens at 5. So therefore London should open in 15 minutes.
No, the
Okay, so
the
I'm
1 hour
sorry,
apart.
What 5 p.m. Sydney, mate? Sorry, my bad. Yeah, I forgot about daylight savings. My bad.
They're 1 hour apart. So 7 a.m. UK time, which is for you is 3 p.m. No, is that right? Yeah, 3 p.m.
3 p.m. Frankfurt.
No,
That doesn't
no,
work.
4 p.m. It's 4 p.m. Sorry. Currently, 7 a.m. UK time is 4 p.m. Queensland time.
Okay. So
Okay.
the German opens at what time? It opens at 5 p.m. Queensland time, 8 a.m.
No. Just do you have World Time Buddy?
on my phone. Yeah.
Yeah, so World Time Buddy. So think that the stock is when the German stock market opens. So the German stock market opens at 8 a.m. Frankfurt time. In Germany at 8 a.m. That's when it opens. In the UK, the Financial Times Stock Exchange, the FTSE, they open at 8 a.m. UK time.
Okay.
So if you got World Time Buddy, you can put Frankfurt 8 a.m. right here is going to be these times. Like, you could probably add Queensland here, but let's just say Sydney for now. So at Frankfurt open at 8 a.m. is 4 p.m. Queensland time right now without the daylight savings.
Okay.
Then
So the
FTSE
German
opens.
opened
Go on. You tell me.
So the German's been open for an hour 45 minutes.
Yes, sir.
The DAX.
Yep. So you've got two opens 1 hour apart from each other. So Germany, because they're an hour ahead of London, of England, they open, and then an hour later London will open. So you get this like double wham of liquidity coming into the market, or volume coming into the market. So end of October, this is going to shift because I'm going to be putting my clocks back an hour. No, I'm putting my clocks. Yeah, back an hour. Yeah, that's it. So it's going to become everything an hour later for you because you won't touch your clocks. Sydney will touch their clocks, though.
Okay.
Doesn't that make it an hour earlier?
What was that?
It's an hour earlier. There's 4 o'clock. I'm sure it's 4 o'clock, isn't it, for the London Open in Brisbane in October?
In October, end of October, it's going to be an hour later. It's going to be 5.
Yeah.
It's 5 now. No, it's 5 now.
5:45 now. 5:48.
So London opened at 5 o'clock our time.
Oh, sorry, I thought you were talking about Frankfurt. Yeah, everything shifts an hour later for you in Australia in next month, and then in end of October, it's gonna, for people in Sydney, it's gonna shift an hour again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Summertime in Sydney is very difficult for trading if you want to get any sleep.
Well, for London, for you just doing, if you're doing this like what we've been doing, it's
These
going to be
sessions
your
not too
evenings.
bad.
Trying to trade New York in Australian summertime sucks.
Yeah.
Single
Worth it
candle
for the money,
negation.
yeah.
Was that?
At least it's easier for me to get home from work. So
Yeah, exactly. If you just trade focusing on the one session, it's going to make it a little bit easier for you for London Open.
Okay, so Mehran asked, what is single candle negation? Single candle negation is candle which broke the previous candle high as well as low and close inside the previous candle wick. And afterward, once price is breaking one side, has to close below. If the body is closing next candle or any candle is closing below or high, then we will continue pushing in that same direction. So if you go to the German now, so same thing was happening there on 15 minutes. So can you open a big chart? Yeah, on 15 minutes. So same thing was happening here. What this candle did was it broke the low of the previous candle, it broke the high of the previous candle, and next candle is closing above that high. And then afterward, we will continue in that same direction. But the important part is you will find this kind of thing everywhere. But the important thing is where is your point of interest area? That's the more important part. Like same goes for the HCS, same goes for the FU candle, same goes for the doji afterward FU candle. Say every setup we have to find out where is which area we are looking at. Otherwise, you will get confused and you will find that sometimes price is breaking, closing above, then again price moving into the downside. Because that's this area is important because this was a higher time frame area. That's why we are looking at those kind of setup.
Yeah, and it's in on the study session on the weekend. You went into that quite in good detail as well. So that's in the G drive.
Yeah, in high volume sessions, especially if you are trading German, then you are only looking at London session. If you are trade on gold, you are only looking at NY session.
Yep. Yes, sir. See how important these study sessions are on the weekends, just to keep you sharp in time for the new session. Who's had a chance to watch the study session that weren't there? Because we had a small group that could make it, but who could watch the recording?
I watched it on Sunday.
Yeah.
This Saturday.
And it's helpful, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's really helpful. So I'm systematically working through them. So.
Like it just keeps you sharp. Like the setups. Remember what I was saying? Did I say it? No, I was saying at the end of last week. All my winning trades all look very similar, don't they? They all look very, very similar. Apart from like the breakouts and things like that. But like you can find price action that looks very similar to this. And when it works out, it's like, all the same characters in the story are there before a big move, generally. And then the ones that were like that week that we had, like remember we had last week was great. This week is proving great so far. The week before last, that was a tough week. I think we only got, me personally, I only got like one good move, and then just a lot of like pound Aussie was alright for me, but most of the German 40 trades during that week were a bit rough. Just heaps of break evens. I think only one good move. But then the 2 weeks before that one, it was almost a 50 pip move every single day, sometimes twice. Sometimes 100 pip moves. So that rough week was... No, not that far. Yeah, there's this one. This is this week. This was the rough week. So this was the Monday. I think it was the Wednesday was the only one that we got a good move on. Monday, price just kept on pushing down. Tuesday was just trash. Wednesday was the one that got a good move. Thursday was just trash. Friday was just trash. So we had 3 trash days. 3 trash days. One that had a good move, and then I think I just had the wrong bias on this one. I think I was trying to take the longs, but the longs came so late into the session. I was hoping I was going to do a sweep of the high, come down, and I think I tried to take a buy, break even, then I think I tried to take another buy. No, I think I took a loss, and then I recouped that loss, but then it stopped out the runner, and then it went. Then Tuesday was trash. Wednesday got a good move. Thursday sucked. Friday sucked for German 40. That's the only, but you can see like the nothing played out properly in these moves. Then the other week, last week, I think it might have taken can't remember if it was a breakout long. Anyway, you can see a good move here. It didn't consolidate like it did. You had to consolidate a little bit, but you had a decent move up, and then it sold off. This one here had a push down, nice healthy wicks, large session, and then went up. Wednesday is a little bit rough, like it just went a bit sideways, but even this one is like 70 pips. I think we might have scraped out 20 pip. Or maybe this one wasn't that great for me for German 40, but it was really good for me for Pound Aussie. Thursday, beautiful. Friday, beautiful. Beautiful volatility. This week, Monday, was nice. You know, it was just a breakout long. Yesterday, well, we know what yesterday did. Took an easy 15 pips, and then then the rest is history. Today is very nice. No matter what happens now this week, going to finish well on profit. Now the week before this rough week, the 2 weeks before this rough week, back here, we had pretty much a great move every single session. Every single session for 2 weeks. And all those trades there, if you look for the right points of interest, that obviously I've removed some zones to keep the charts clean, but each one of these represented a trade that looked very similar to the one today. It's just where you got into it, depending on if it was anticipation, confirmation, late, cowboy. But all the moves all played out, and the most important thing was, number one, we looked for our zones first. Number two, we waited for our entry. Then it gave it. This single double negation business, much better for you. Now you have to remember that set up to see it live on the chart, not distracted. Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's just so freaking important to do these study sessions with us on the weekend. Because even if they feel dry, sometimes it can be a bit dry, but other times it's just like, you just feel so much more comfortable learning when the charts aren't moving. Because I know people are going to be in trades here or there, or looking at other things and just wanting to take a trade. You're not actually really listening as much as you would on the weekend, as you would when the charts are closed. You can't take a trade, so you're more focused on what we're looking at. And we're just revising the price action. Nothing's changed. We're doing the same thing. Maybe we talk a bit more about fundamentals. We look at the setups. We look at where we could have improved. Super important, man. Super, super important. And then if you can't make it, that's fine. If you watch it on replay, you can take notes. You've got time to slow things down, digest it as you go. 15 minutes looking like it's done. It's done the support candle, liquidity candle, doji, retest, anticipation, break the low, close bullish. If we can close back above, we're going long. Imbalance candles up here. Alan took the anticipation entry. Good man. My entry is not quite as good. I took it and it was breaking higher when you messaged.
I think this is the pair Alan was looking for. That's why he missed the German 40 entry.
Oh yeah. Yeah, pound Aussie. this pair has been so good. It's been so good. The last even when I was in Sicily, this is the pair that I was just putting swing trades on. The same thing that we've been doing. That was the end of July. Sorry, end of June. All in here. Just so nice to be taking like 50 pip moves, swing entries. Just a beautiful trend, you know. Like, look at this. Look at the way this market's been trending. You got your prop in this pair with 7 spread. yeah, I remember that. I remember that when it used to be 7 pip spread and you were still managing it. How much easier could it have been with what's my spread for it? My spread right now is 1.4 for pound Aussie. Gives big moves, yeah. It's a great pair. Pound Aussie I like. German I like. Gold, we've had a bit of a love-hate relationship recently. I like it sometimes she's in a good mood. Like in this green section. She's in a good mood, and then she's moody in all these other sessions. And I haven't had the time to be here too much recently in this New York session.
Yeah, I found a new mistress in the US 30.
Yeah, this is the Latina one, isn't she? All fire.
Oh mate.
All fire. So I'm looking at Naz a bit more, but I just haven't been around in the last week trying to like get this place sorted.
German's nearly done a full retracement.
Yep, makes sense. That cowboy entry would have paid out well. Did you take?
I got both the cowboy and the confirmation.
Did you now? I can't go against my bias for some reason. Like,
I don't know why, but I always see reversals better than I see trends.
yeah, I used to be like that. I definitely used to be like that.
Yeah, it's funny because I wanted to take the sell initially on the German. I was like, no, it's a sell to buy.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just on the 50 and I thought, shall I? But I didn't. I waited for the buy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I liked it when it took the Asian high and then flipped bearish. So that was my entry, my first entry. And I secured that quite quickly and let the runner take some profit.
Mm-hmm.
And then I entered again on this last one again and secured it about 20 or 30 pips, and my runners just got stopped out.
See this rectangle?
I trail my runner.
Yeah, okay. See this rectangle that I've had here for a while now? This area? It's been causing problems, eh? Look at on the low time frames. This little blue zone. Wicked up. It just gets stuck in it. Rejected the top of it again, then dropped. Yeah, that's why I've left it on the charts for a while, just to keep it there. Alright, so pound Aussie for 15-minute closed. Closed as a confirmation. You got your support created now on the 15-minute. Support created, support confirmed. So if we can close above here with a clean candle to keep on rising. Maybe 1.96. No, maybe not that. At least maybe this with no wick. minus a few then.
So this is another example on single candle negation. This candle, it broke the high as well as low of the previous candle, close inside. This candle already shows that we want to continue pushing downside. We also have a doji candle here, and this is a daily chart. Same goes for the upside also. Here single candle negation, price broke the high, price broke the low, and then afterward, once this candle is closing below that low or breaking that low, we are going downside. So
That's
you can
good.
apply this thing for the daily chart also, like getting a direction where we are going. So,
Yeah, there's another one over here.
yes.
Yeah, cool. I've got some homework to do.
Same here. Double candle negation. First manipulation from upside, second manipulation from downside. So high and low. And this candle is, this candle already broke that high. And then afterward, once we are breaking above, we are going upside to next liquidity.
Wait, say that again. This one? I didn't get this one.
Manipulation from upside, first manipulation from downside. So negation happen here. So
you're combining these two candles now.
Yes. And then once price is breaking that high or closing above that high, then we are going in that direction afterward.
Interesting, yeah. Well, I think I'm on the home stretch now of getting this house sorted. So I think some evenings I'm going to return. I've been doing stuff in the evenings, every evening. But I'm going to get back into my usual back testing. Because I might check this on purely just the swing, on a higher time frame. Swing perspective. And then I might be able to actually place some of these on a robot.
And Jim already created the indicator for trading. It already available there. This thing, only the double candle negation is not available there. I think he already added that thing also on new.
Come on,
new
Jim,
version.
man, it's just Jim guy. So lazy. Too worried about his camper van. Not thinking about us.
I think he already added that 2 candle negation also on new version now.
Yeah. Nah, good job, guys. Cool. Does anyone need a hand with anything? Anyone? I guess we're done early. Is everyone happy? Everyone's good?
That's good. Thank you.
Thanks, Dave.
You can mow my lawns next week if you're not busy.
Have you got all the equipment? Just want to turn up
I
and
certainly do.
just
It's
want
not
to turn
very
up and
good,
do the
but I
job.
like it.
Sarah took a gold buy from 1908.85. This is pre-London.
Yeah, pre-London, but it looks like it's rejecting here off the 200.
You got the 15-minute liquidity candle, this is a resistance here. Uses candle 1, candle 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you go to the 4 hour, Forex.com.
Yep.
Okay, so on 4 hour. Sorry, 1 second.
Let me just make this bigger for you.
Maybe on 3 hours. Sorry, 3 hours.
Yep.
Yeah. So 3 hours, we have a doji candle here. Yesterday we created this FU candle, attempted FU candle.
Yep.
But at the low here, we have a doji liquidity here. 1903 area. And yesterday the daily candle already give us idea that we want to continue pushing downside. So after taking this doji candle high in this area, we can look for that sell opportunity to the downside again. And I think on 2 hours we have a multiple HCS here. So this HCS, then this HCS, but this is a weaker one. This one, because this is a doji candle. So above this high can be a good opportunity in the NY session to again push to the downside.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. I'll keep an eye on it here.
Yeah, USD is strong. And I
we also
think,
have a news, I think.
yeah,
News.
CPI is going to blast everything today. It's going to blast everything for sure. I'm looking forward to that. So I'll be there for New York today. Cool. Alrighty. Well, I'm going to make a move. So thanks everyone for being here. Great trade for those
Thank
who took
you.
it. I think it was a very, very good lesson as well for those that didn't, to revise and get comfortable with those kind of entries, your zone works, etc. But that was just a classic. That was an absolute classic trade. So yeah, all right, guys. Well, take care. As always, if you need any help, put it in the Discord for me. Tag me in it. I'll be able to get to you. Otherwise, trade safe. Make sure that when CPI is coming, clear the books. Otherwise, you're gonna. Sometimes it can work out. Otherwise, it's gonna be a bomb that goes off. I'm expecting USD to get more strong, get stronger. But there's going to be CPI usually gives a massive move and then recorrects the whole thing and then goes again. So it usually is like a massive negation candle. usually. So we'll see. Alrighty.
Yesterday was quite whipsaw, like 320 pips from the low to the high just in New York yesterday on US 30.
Oh yeah. That's
insane.
Insane.
It did 110 pips just up and down just in the open, and then as soon as New York Stock Exchange got their hands on it, they pushed it up, pulled it back again, and then just took off like a rocket. Crazy.
If the CPI is negative, if the CPI is dropping, then you're going to see US dollar bears, stock market bulls, gold bulls. If a CPI is positive, you're going to see US dollar bulls, stock market bears, gold bears. But either way, it's going to be a huge, unless it's like all completely one-sided, which it not very often is. Most of the time, it's not completely one-sided, but you're going to have an explosion either way. If it's all one-sided, you might have an explosion one way, but then you see full correction. But generally, it'll do like a liquidity grab just beforehand, so big wick either direction, and then it shoots off in the opposite direction, and then it'll retrace the whole move, and then it'll go again. Generally. And often what it will do is leading up. That's why I don't want to hold anything too crazy, is that price will often sort of push down, trend, and then push down into an area of, into a zone. Let me just hide everything here. So this is what I say that looks like a news play. This is what I mean by this. Okay, there'll be a zone here and there'll be a zone here, and price will have tapped into this, and then be consolidating like this pre-news usually. So then what you've got is like the 30 minute candles beforehand will, whether they're bullish or bearish, I'll just do a neutral color, orange, they'll often be settling to be like that just before the news. Sometimes in the last couple of minutes just before news, we'll get a push up to make the body a bit bigger. But very often it'll be like a little doji like this, and you'll have a zone above, and you'll have a zone below. And what this is creating is like a liquidity zone, both sides. So spreads will start getting really wide. The news is about to come out. The big boys already know what the news is because they get the news a little bit faster, and little vistas. And price can then go boom, and then boom, and then boom, and then it will just slowly make its way back down, and it could correct the whole move, and then NYSE can open, and then it can maybe do a liquidity grab down and then push back up again, or flip this upside down if it's the opposite mixed volatility news. 1:30, Sarah. It's 1:30 our time, and that's a very typical case. Very typical case where the 4 hours starting to close, and we might have a big wick down, and it's looking like this. At this stage, it's like it's bearish, grabbed liquidity, pushed up, and then it's slowly coming down. And then the next candle can do like a partial, it will be bearish at this stage. And then it will start to, NYSE will come in. Say this is the next candle. NYSE will come down, could do another big correction, and then start to do the wick fill. And then sometimes we'll finish near the high of the day. Other times we'll just be back where we started. And it's just bloody burn everyone in a 300 pip range for gold. Bearish or bullish. If it's completely one-sided volatility, one-sided news, and the news has come out very much as expected, we might not get as many liquidity grabs to the downside, but we'll still get a massive top wick, which will get refilled because these boys will double dip. And you get big swings either way. General, I think there's only been like one fizzer in the last or maybe two in the last 18 months, 20 months that weren't really big events, and that was because it was very expected, the news, it was already priced in, and there was no surprises came. But they're expecting inflation to actually creep up, so it's going to create a bit of anxiety in the market, and anxiety, emotion. You're going to see a little bit of these candles look a little bit stressed. And the spreads are wide. People make a lot of money, people lose a lot of money, so be very, very careful. If you want to sit on the side, you get easier trades. Well, maybe not tomorrow because PPI is tomorrow, but I would, if you're not experienced and you don't want to have the stress, just get some popcorn and watch, and you should be able to get a good move after the news is out when you just look for the wick fill. We don't need to trade the news. You trade after the news and then look to see where you can get your 1-2 punch in. Little quick jab, little dog shot in the market. Take your little 20 pips, 30 pips. Once you've got the news is settled down, price is created like a support or a resistance, and then just get out and then be done.
I think whenever we are trading in the NY session, how many times I said that don't take any, put any buy stop or sell stop, because most of the people who are coming from a other stream, they usually want to put a buy stop, sell stop, and people lose a lot of money with that. Instead of that, just wait for the price to settle down. You will get easy 50 pips or 100 pips after that.
Yeah.
Instead of taking entry during the trade, during the news.
Yeah, because some people, if you're watching, say, Raja stream, not everyone's going to be trading with brokers that have good latency.
Yes.
And that's the difference. That's a huge difference. So it might look like it works, but then you try to do it, and you're on any other broker basically, and you'll be pumped 80 pip slippage.
Hard way.
Yeah, that's dangerous, man. Just dangerous.
With the
So-
drop yesterday, it's going to be a complete battlefield today.
Yeah, I think so, eh? That's exciting. I love it. I absolutely love it.
Even if you get into a trade, if, like you were saying with the latency, you might not get slipped in the latency on the actual entry, but then you try and close your trade
On the exit. Yeah.
on the exit, and it takes 20 seconds to close your trade. And by the time you might be, pick
Yeah.
a number.
It's like
100 pips up. By
skydiving,
the
isn't
time
it?
it closes out, you might be 15 pips up or behind. But it's happened really a few times.
Yeah. It's like skydiving. You just got white feet, like you're gripping onto everything so hard because of the adrenaline.
Imagine
People-
skydiving button, pulling your cord, and it takes 20 seconds to come out.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Holy. The ground's coming up
In
fast.
the back of your head, you're going, did I actually pull it? Did I pull it? Did
Yeah.
I press the button?
Yeah.
I'm
Then
sure I pressed the button. I
then
didn't
you-
hear a gunshot.
then you grab the safety, and then you pull the safety as well, and you're like, what's going on?
I had positive slippage for the first time last night. I couldn't close the trade down on my IC Markets account.
Mm-hmm.
I had to reset, and by the time it reset, it was instead of it being up 1-1, it was up 3-1. That's
Oh,
never
yeah.
happened to me. If it had actually closed when it was supposed to, I should have only got a 1-1.
Well, you got to take the wins. We're so often on the opposite side. We're always getting negatively slipped. So we need to.
It hasn't
There
made
is such a
up
thing
for
as positive slippage too. Maybe not for my Forex funds. Oh, did you hear the news?
No.
Did you hear the news? You know, deal.
Yeah, deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
they've canned their partnership with prop firms, so you no longer can get paid out via deal.
So how do they pay you out now?
They're going to have to. They've got cryptos, but that's going to take a long time. There might be fees associated with it. FTMO uses Skrillex, so I'd say they're probably going to go over to Skrillex.
I don't think Alpha uses deal.
Alpha uses deal.
Does it? It's got 3 or 4 different options. Just logging in.
No, they extended the now to October. They had the hearing on Monday. Now the next hearing's October 31st, I think. So
Have they unfrozen MFF's accounts to pay out people that they owe money to?
no, they won't do that until the litigators are in there.
I think it's gonna take more than a year for that to
Yeah.
get any
100%.
kind of result from their side.
So profit withdrawals sent via Bank Wise. So Wise, PayPal, or Deal. So Deal's out. They don't want to. They said until something to do with responsible business practices until they can prove it.
Nice long setting up on June 40.
Um, yeah, temporarily stop processing payments. Says for many, but I believe it was pretty much most. So the fivers were a big one. They got affected. Oh, what was that?
Yeah, so even the one not in the US based.
Yeah, almost everyone. And it was the do. They just wanted to make sure that they basically don't want to have association until all this stuff is sorted out. So I'm sure Deal will be back onto it. They're just making sure that there's no. They're going to cut out the bad eggs. But that was a pretty big one, the Deal going down. But if you've got PayPal or Wise, I'd be choosing them anyway. Probably. Obviously, it depends on their fees. PayPal's got hefty fees. Wise is pretty good.
Yeah, PayPal's a pain in the ass.
Why?
I think PayPal is cut is around 5%.
PayPal fees 5%.
Yes. I think.
Oh man, that's
So,
expensive. It's easy. It's expensive though.
yes.
Wise is about 0.5%, I thought, but maybe it's different for these withdrawals.
What currencies would they be paying you in crypto? Do you know, or does it depend?
US dollar, I think.
USDT.
Yeah, USDT, US dollar tether.
Oh, so Tether. So it's their bloody. It's the US.
Yeah.
Their,
It has
what
to
do they
be.
call that? The No, don't remember.
Oh, that was just for prop firms, Ivan. Pepperstone is free.
That's private.
Yeah, I don't pay any fees at Pepperstone to withdraw, and it's always in my bank account. Usually, like next day, depending on when I've done the withdrawal. I'm gonna do one today, probably before I risk profits on news. But it should be the time I do it will be end of close of business over in Australia. So it'll get registered. It will get they'll do it because I'll do it after hours. What the process is that I do the withdrawal. They send me an email to confirm that was me that requested it. I accept it on the email. Then Pepperstone will, because it's after hours, they'll start it at next opportunity, which will be the start of the next business day. By close of business, it's in my bank account by the bank. It deducts it from your account balance as soon as I push accept withdrawal on the email, the confirmation email. My broker, my MT5 will automatically have the balance updated with it out, and then they'll process it. And it's usually if I've requested it at the end after business hours, they process it at the start of business. The bank closes, and when the bank closes, it's in my bank usually like 5 p.m. Sydney time. Everything stays in the Aussie side. Yeah, I mean if you're in the UK, I mean if you got the UK Pepperstone, the process would be the same. It's just my accounts in Australia. So when I do my withdrawals, it's usually outside of business hours. But it's it never takes more than, I've never had it not arrive within longer than 24 hours. It's really, really good. When I deposit, it's in there seconds. Yeah. Catch it, Dave. Good trade today, mate.
Thanks. Cheers.
Yeah, and then no fees. That's the main thing. So, to get good leverage, black bull markets I've heard mostly good things about them. And if you're in New Zealand, it's a good one to take advantage of for higher leverage. I do hear that they have a little bit of latency issues every now and then, but I think it's more that you're so far away from the New York Stock Exchange that the distance from New Zealand, that it's got to go via, it doesn't have a direct access from New Zealand to the US. I think the way that the cables lie, it's more, there's a few more junction points that it needs to go through, so the ping is a little bit slower, and I think that's what affects the latency for New Zealand. But other than that, black bull very good, high leverage, regulated, in New Zealand bank accounts. And problem is, if you're overseas, you've got to pay bank wire fees. So if I want to do a withdrawal, it's like a flat rate of $25, I think. So you it kind of just eats away. I was trying to pay myself weekly, and I wouldn't do that if I'm going to be paying $25 every single week. So I'd leave them in there longer. But in New Zealand, if you're a New Zealand bank account, which I should open a New Zealand bank account, I've got a New Zealand passport, I've still got to get it in and out of New Zealand though.
Would it cost you to transfer between a New Zealand personal bank account and a Australian personal bank account?
With the bank fees, yeah, there are bank fees. As I thought about opening with Citi, because Citi have specific accounts have no international transfer fees. You've got to pay the bank rate to convert, but I wouldn't want to be converting. I'll let the broker do the conversion because they'll have a more competitive rate. So there are ways around it, but it's just a pain. But like I've got good leverage at Pepperstone, but not everyone gets good leverage with Pepperstone. Yeah, OFX or currency, yeah, cheaper. That's why I use Wise. So I've got an even better setup now, so that I've got Revolut over here in Australia, in the UK, and Revolut's like an online bank. Now they've just opened up in Australia, and you can do free transfers between Revolut to Revolut. So my mother opened up a Revolut in Australia because I can't open up two Revoluts. So I have my UK Revolut, my mother has Australian Revolut, and then I transfer from my Australian bank account to my mother, and then she will transfer it from her Revolut to my Revolut, and it will come in Australian dollars. But then I can do there's literally pretty much spot market transfer conversions for pounds into Aussie dollars. So finally worked out a way to avoid all. Like I've got money sitting in my UK bank account, but it's in Australian dollars, and I can convert whatever I want at market rate, pretty much. Market rate plus their little markup, but it still works out better than TransferWise, which to me is the benchmark. So if I can beat TransferWise or Wise, then that's the best way around all these currency conversions. Yeah, Revolut's pretty good. They also like that they've had some issues, I think, like corporate, like the leaders have had some HR issues and things. But in terms of like my experience with them, I've got the premium card, which is like £80 a year or something like that to have, but they give you great travel insurance, even got snow cover. So when you go to skiing, they'll cover you for accidents. It's always active no matter what, so that saves me a little bit then, not having to worry about travel insurance because it's already activated and a good quality with Allianz. They accrue interest daily, which deposits daily, which works out way better than if you got good interest rate monthly. And in our last 8 flights that we took, because I flew so freaking much in the last not so much in the last month, but there was a period that I took it was something like 20 flights since April, took like 20 flights, and four of them were delayed, and I got straight away a lounge pass sent to me, say go to the lounge because we've been delayed by 2 hours. Go to the lounge. Here's your pass. Have something to eat. Have something to drink. One of them I needed to sleep, so I just slept in the lounge, and all of that's included. And that's super easy when you're actually traveling because you can just convert money in all different currencies. That's with Revolut, yep. When you transfer OFX or any of them, it's always different from the chart, so that's how they make. Yeah, the spot. Yeah, it's always a little bit different. Yeah, but the Revolut's conversion is not as competitive as Wise, but there's no fees, which makes it better. Every time I've done like a comparison, Revolut's come out better because you just don't have the fees associated with it.
I think PayPal has the worst conversion rate.
PayPal's expensive, man. I hate getting paid in PayPal. Like it's 4%, 3.9% for the service. If anyone does PayPal, it's 3.3 or maybe it's 4.9. I think it's 3.9%. 3.9. I mean,
it's
even
around,
Stripe
it's
is not
around
good.
3 to 4 to 5, I think.
Right.
Uh,
Yeah, it depends
and
on
also,
it depends on which card it's coming from, whether it's a foreign card or a local card, and then if there needs to be a currency transaction, you know what I'm trying to say, conversion. Working in this business and can't even get the word right. Yeah. Anyway. Well, guys, I'm gonna scoot. So, see this. This was the support for. This was the support of those two candles. 15-minute candle, followed by the second one. That creates the support, and then you got the retest, and then price is pushing up. We just needed to close above this guy to keep on going up. Other than that, it's looking a-okay. We've got another little support here though. Actually, see these two wicks? This is another little support. So if price, I wonder, because if this is a proper support, this might be a little resistance actually. So it might bounce around a little bit. We'll see. Anyway, I'm out. So take care all. I will see you guys. I'll see some of you guys for London. And I'll see the rest of you guys tomorrow morning. Cool. Alrighty.
Well, so Aiden.